by HTM Sports.
Here are the starting lineups for tonight's game. First in the visiting Finneytown Wildcats. Number 0, Alex Dykes. Number 5, Brandon Wise. Number 12, Adrian Benton. Number 15, Rashad Johnson. And number 23.
Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Indian Hill Gymnasium and tonight's game between the Finneytown Wildcats and the Indian Hill Braves. I'm Tony Harris, here with Eric Batchelor and Micah Soloshots to bring you all the action. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you.
Great to be here.
For your Indian Hill Braves.
And here come the Braves with their starting lineup.
Junior, James Liebel.
James Liebel coming off a black eye from last night's LaSalle game. Roughing it up there.
Number 2, freshman Rocco DeSanto.
Sorry, our announcer Dennis Walker a little bit loud here today and a little difficult to hear everything.
Head coach, Ricardo Hill.
Rocco DeSanto and Cam Miller. That's Cam wearing number 1.
Yeah, lone senior out here, veteran leadership. Going to get the start tonight. And, of course, let's not forget about William.
Well, Cam Miller, the lone senior, as Eric just alluded to, had been hurt first part of the season, played the last 4 games sparingly. He had been the backup, really a point guard this year. They were counting on him to share that role with Ashton Graham, and both of them are in the starting lineup.
Yeah, ball movement and possession is going to be critical in this game. Finneytown plays aggressive, in-your-face defense. They're going to be going chest to chest with these guys. They're going to need the leadership and the experience that Cam brings.
And the Braves get the tap. And Liebel gives it to Ashton Graham. And the Braves try to set up. There's a shot for Rocco DeSanto. It's in and out. William Bennett with the rebound. Back out to Cam Miller, and the Braves try to reset here. There's a mismatch. William Bennett inside, and it's off. James Liebel with the rebound. And then again, 3 shots for the Braves there on their first possession, and James Liebel finishes it off. The Braves take a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, Big Jimmy's going to be key here because they need that size matchup underneath.
Beautiful drive there by 5, Brandon Wise.
And what the Braves really need to do to win today is they need to get Rocco and William involved early, along with Jimmy. William and Jimmy, both of their bigs, they need to keep attacking the glass just like Jimmy did before.
Bennett out there. Cam Miller. Liebel inside to William Bennett. And William Bennett with a miss, but Ashton Graham gets the rebound. Nice pass to Miller, but he's surrounded, and Finneytown comes down with the ball.
Yeah, a little too hot to handle there for Cam, but he'll get back in the groove here as this game continues.
There's Mays. Adrian Benton, number 12. One of the real skilled players in this league. 12, and then 5 is Brandon Wise. 2 outstanding players here for Finneytown. They're a much improved squad with a new coach this year. Benton with a miss, and a nice rebound by Ashton Graham. Gives it up to Cam Miller, who does not shoot. Graham goes in, and with a left-handed layup goes in and out. And a jump ball.
Yeah, Ashton's going to have to flush that one if he wants to keep up with his little brother. Jaden put up 17 in the JV game ahead of this.
Orlando Mays, it gets tied up, but Finneytown will retain possession with the alternate possession. Alex Dykes 0, and here comes Benton. or Wise, excuse me. And there's a travel. Travel on Mays. And Finneytown has Brendan Wise, number 5, is their leading scorer. Just a junior, an outstanding player. Adrian Benton, number 12, who's a terrific player in his own right, are the two big leaders on this team. And they'll get the ball in their hands an awful lot. Cam Miller. Ashton Graham looking to post inside on Wise. William Bennett. And we played almost 3 minutes, a 2-2 game. DeSanto gets kicked out. William Bennett, DeSanto. Jimmy Liebel using that big body beautifully and lays it in over Alex Dykes.
Yeah, if you had told me Liebel was going to have the first 4 points of this game, I wouldn't have believed it. But it's good to see him moving.
Unfortunately, a yay up there by Youngblood. Damari Youngblood, a big rebounder here for Finneytown, gets on the scoreboard. Youngblood only averaging 4.9 points a game, and there's 2 of them right there. Ashton Graham, nice move. Outside to Rocco DeSanto, and it's off. Youngblood with the rebound, and here comes Finneytown. Brendan Wise. Coach Hill a little animated the way he wants some defense being played here. Alex Dykes with the ball, and Finneytown will reset. 4-4 game, and we're halfway through the first quarter. Not quite the offense we expected from either team. Alex Dykes with a strange-looking 3, but it goes in. And Finneytown with a 7-4 lead, and Coach Hill more than a little frustrated and calls a timeout. 2 new players for the Braves will be coming in. Mikel Benanami, number 23, taking the wraps off Mikel early, and Jack Ewell, number 4, coming in for the Braves to when we start play again.
Yeah, Dykes only averaging 5 points a game so far for the Wildcats in 7 games played, so it's good for him to get involved early, but Coach Hill cannot be happy with that.
No, good move going to Jack Ewell here. He's a guard who plays a little bit longer when he's on, and he can shoot a little too. Obviously not Rocco-style shooting, but Jack Ewell gives him some flexibility out there and a little more length.
Well, we didn't get a chance to go through it. Finneytown comes into this game 3-4 on the year. And the Braves, unfortunately, with taking a loss last night, come in 4-5. But this is a much more better talented Finneytown team than it's been the last few years, and we'll get into that a little bit later. There's Jack Ewell, finds a high low to Benanami, and nice pass by Jimmy Liebel. So Jimmy Liebel with 4 points and an assist, leading the Braves charge here.
And filling the William Bennett role there, going high to dish low.
And then errant pass by Brandon Wise, and the Braves will have the ball. Another Mays coming back in for Rashad Johnson for Finneytown, and the Braves ball, and here comes Ashton Graham. Cam Miller went out when Jack Ewell came in, and now Ashton Graham handling the point guard chores. Benanami. And the ball is, Braves will retain possession there. Got a little sloppy. Finneytown plays a lot of guys. They have 8 guys averaging over 4.5 points a game. And so they play a lot of their guys. Rocco DeSanto with a deep 3, and that's off. Kicked away. Ewell, Ashton Graham, and Braves being suffocated by this defense. Ashton Graham, and he's kicked out of bounds, and the referee pointed that it's Finneytown ball, but it should be Indian Hill ball.
Yeah, that looked like a blocked shot there.
It was.
One ref is saying it's blocked, the other saying hit the backboard. So we'll see where they go with it.
It did hit the backboard after it was blocked.
I'm agree with you on that one. Looks like they're going to make the right call here.
And here's Jack Ewell to trigger it. Beckenheimen comes into the game and shoots. Wow. Well, there's a little instant offense.
Three-pointer Beckenheimen.
He's in the game for 1 second, and he has 3 points. The miss, Jimmy Liebel ripping it apart. Mikel Bonanomi was wide open. Nobody was looking. Ashton Graham up to Bonanomi. It's off. And here comes Finneytown. Adrian Benton.
Three-pointer Adrian Benson.
Benton's the second leading scorer for Finneytown, right behind Brandon Wise with 11.4 points per game.
Bonanomi, a beautiful give to Jack Ewell.
That's going to be key for them in this game. If they're going to be able to work the backdoor pass like that, that's where the easy bucket's going to come from when you play an aggressive defense.
There's Wise. Wise not much of a three-point shooter, 1 for 8 on the year. So that's not his forte. Bonanomi just steals it. Nice hoop. Bonanomi now with 4 points. So Ricardo Hill getting some real nice production off the bench. Benton. And they're going to call a foul on Mikel, I believe.
Yeah, 9 points off the bench plus Jimmy gives you your 13 and a 3-point lead.
And they call that foul on Liebel, and that'll be his first and the team first with 1 minute and 2 seconds left here in the quarter. Only one team foul on the Braves. And a couple more subs coming in here after this shot. That's an air ball there for Mays, and here comes William Bennett and James McGrath.
Yeah, good to see McGrath get in there. He's started a couple of games this season, brings a lot of energy and speed. More of a defensive specialist, but they need a little bit of energy right now.
And another miss, and William Bennett in there for the rebound, and the Braves have the ball under a minute left, up 3. William Bennett playing outside. Ashton Graham into Hyman. Nice pass into Ewell. Can't control it. Goes up, and it's in. Jack Ewell. So again, the bench delivering for the Bengals for Indian Hill this quarter. Ewell with 4. There's a jump ball. And that'll be Indian Hill ball, and Coach Hill applauding, and Cam Miller getting off the bench, and he'll be coming in for Ashton Graham.
Yeah, great moment there for Graham, getting aggressive, getting the jump ball, earning his rest.
11 of the 15 Braves points are by off the bench already this quarter. We've had games where we haven't had 11 off the bench, and 11 right here in the first quarter. 11 out of...
I was about to say no production so far from the Braves star with Rocco DeSanto. He'll obviously get so much more involved in the second quarter, but we're looking for them to really expand their lead.
William Bennett with a buzzer beater, and the Braves go into the end of the quarter up 17-10. Boy, it was a little sloppy and difficult early. Coach Hill gets a little animated, gets into the bench, and boy, did they present some great firepower. I mentioned 11 points off the bench in the first quarter, and the Braves hold a 7-point lead.
Yeah, I think what Hill was looking for was a change of tempo and a change of aggression. And after stomping a couple times and making some subs, he got that from his bench players. And, of course, we saw Liebel have a little bit of a coming-out party there in the first 2 minutes.
Well, Finneytown, I mentioned, is 3-4 on the year. Last year, they only won 2 games. I'm sorry, 6 games total, 2 in the league. But they were 6-15 last year, 11-13 a year before, 8-15. They've struggled. The last time they had a winning season in the league was 2015. And they have a new coach this year, Brandon Robinson, who graduated from Finneytown in '09 and actually led the CHL in scoring that year, is the new first-year head coach here for Finneytown. 5'10" guard, and had been the JV head coach and varsity assistant at North College Hill for the previous 6 years. Coming here, adding some new energy, and again, Finneytown's had some success with him. A lot of no freshmen or sophomores on this roster. They're all seniors and juniors, and mostly seniors. Oh, throw it out of bounds there. That's Mays. He's been yo-yoed back and forth off the bench. It looks like he's coming back out again. Coach Robinson taking him out right away. Short leash. And into the game comes Sharon Gordon, the senior.
Well, big thing I'm seeing different here, there's a level of expectation. With a substitution like that, you're sending a message to your team, you expect execution. I didn't see that from Finneytown the last 2-3 years. So right away, you see what the new coach is bringing.
William Bennett with a miss, an off-balance shot, gets his own rebound, and stolen there by Adrian Benton. Benton going all the way, and it's a jump ball or a foul. They're calling the foul on James McGrath. You mentioned James McGrath, and really for defensive purposes, it is. That is a foul. James McGrath, probably the best on-ball defender that the Braves have. Does a nice job there, but unfortunately gets nailed with a foul.
And a state caliber runner as well. Heck of a cross-country runner. Very good athlete, James McGrath.
Benton makes the first. And misses the second. And it's over the top on Gordon. He's all over McGrath, and he'll commit a quick foul, and that's the first foul of the quarter for Finneytown. And it's a full court press. Cam Miller wants to take it himself, gives it up to McGrath. DeSanto, and it's in. Rocco DeSanto dents the scoreboard with a three.
DeSanto's averaging 18.5 points per game. Really incredible for a freshman to make that kind of presence on the varsity team.
Well, and you've been talking about him all day, getting him started. That could be dangerous for Finneytown if they let Rocco get going.
DeSanto playing point guard here for a second. Beckett Hyman. Oh, they're going to call. I'm afraid they're going to call a charge, but nope. They get a blocking foul, and William Bennett will go to the free throw line.
Isn't it great to see Bennett go to the rim with the ball with some authority? He's such a good shooter. I think sometimes he forgets that with that height and that frame, he can take it hard to the hole.
William Bennett, prior to just then, has been to the free throw. He's had 48 free throw attempts this year, far and away #1 in the league. It used to be he was like a fish. He was afraid of going under the net. But now he's not afraid of all. He's put on some strength, and he's not afraid to tangle underneath. But that's his 50th free throw attempt already this year. #2 in the league is Wise with 33 attempts.
Well, it's been a point of focus at practice for Coach Hill's team, really working the guys down underneath, banging bodies, and learning to play contested.
Beautiful move there by Sharon Gordon.
C.J. Gordon.
Nice Ashton Graham. Beautiful pass. William Bennett with a three from the wing.
William Bennett with a three.
And that's going to be a timeout. And Coach Robinson, did he call a timeout? Then why'd they stop the clock? Goo good chew, Mr. Robinson.
Delay of game warning, Finneytown.
All right, well, that's what it is. So delay of game on Finneytown, and Benton brings the ball up.
Yeah, they got Indian Hill for touching the ball after the make, so giving them a delay of game warning on that.
Alex Dykes at the point guard position here against Rocco. And he's got a slew of Braves. He was trying to go 1-on-4, and it goes out of bounds, and Coach Robinson can't be pleased with that.
Well, McGrath right in the middle of it again, getting in for the help defense and forcing the bad move.
McGrath loves playing defense. A lot of these guys think defense is the thing that keeps cows in pasture, but not McGrath. Rocco DeSanto is off. No, 2 for 2 of his last 2. So he missed his first 3 or 4 shots, but he's just warming up now. There's McGrath again right in the middle, and Brandon Wise will be shooting. Mentioned Wise second in the league in free throw attempts, but he's surprisingly coming into the game 14 for 33. I'm sorry. 14 for 33 from the line. Just 42.4%. Try to put another jinx on him.
Well, shooting a little deep and a little hard there, getting off the back of the iron.
But he's got almost a better field goal percentage than he does a free throw percentage.
Liebel checked back in here from McGrath, getting a little big bodies for the rebounds.
And a timeout for Finneytown. So after that 4-4 start after 4 minutes, the Braves have picked up the pace a little bit and really causing some problems for Finneytown, up by 13 now. The Adrian Benton, the number 12, fine player for Finneytown, coming back-to-back honorable mention all-league, both as a sophomore and a junior. He made that all-league team. And Alex Dykes, number 0, who, although 0 is not really a number, their guard there made honorable mention last year as a junior. I said that Wise is a junior. The next several guys is scoring for Finneytown, all seniors. Adrian Benton, number 12, is a senior. Rashad Johnson, number 15, is a senior. DeMarco Bryant, number 1. Alex Dykes, 0. And their big rebounder, Jamari Youngblood, all seniors. So this is a heavily laden senior team with 5 of their top 6 scorers being seniors. You see why they've had some success so far this year with, you got a lot of 17 and 18-year-olds playing against a lot of 14 and 15 and 16-year-olds.
Significant contrast versus the Braves, who are running out just 1 senior.
Yeah, the Braves going with a really big lineup, as you mentioned before, right now.
Yep.
Just a lot of rebounds come from that.
Bonanami certainly had his way on the boards. Jimmy Liebels had a great... William Bennett bringing it up to Bonanami. Nice pass, William Bennett.
Yeah, William Bennett looking like a point guard there.
There's Dykes, and they're going to call a foul on William Bennett. And Coach Hill sees a teachable moment. William Bennett, who does so many things well, Coach Hill certainly sees an opportunity to do a few things a little bit better. Wise to trigger it. There's Wise. Oh, and it is off. Wise, and the Braves will get possession. Up 15. And again, this game is a lot faster pace than it started. And a good thing the Braves are using a lot of bodies. There's Rocco DeSanto. Bennett flips it into Graham. Jimmy Liebel. 6 points for James, and I think he's 3 for 3.
You know, you're doing something right breaking the press when you got a 2-on-1 and everyone's standing still.
He had a guy on either block. Bonanami was open also. Bonanami guarding Wise, and they decides not to go in. Maybe he will here. Bonanami daring him to go left, and he does. And he meets a sandwich. A Bonanami-Liebel sandwich, and a foul on the Braves. They're going to call it on.
Braves foul number 23, his first.
Oh, then Bonanami.
Well, Well, fouls to go around, one apiece for the three Braves that currently have racked up fouls. We'll see Huell get back in here in just a second.
And no Brave with more than one. Wise hits the first. Again, a 42.4% free throw shooter coming into tonight. Trying to jinx you, 42.4.
I think DeSantos has got a higher three-point shooting percentage.
Makes them both. Oh, no, but it's not going to count. He went over the line. And, yeah, you're right, Eric, that, Rocco DeSanto coming in at 45.9 from threes is higher than Brandon Wise's three-point free throw percentage. Dykes all over Graham. Ashton, Jack Huell gets it blocked, and they're going to call foul.
Finneytown foul number 5.
Now
Brandon Wise.
that's Wise's first, team third, but Huell will be shooting 2, and Cam Miller ready to check in for the Braves. And Huell misses his first.
One more. Cam Miller checking back in for the Braves.
Ashton Graham gets a well-deserved rest. Huell makes his second, and the Braves are up 17.
Oh, he took his time on that second one and spun it a lot better. Maybe a little nerves fresh off the bench.
Nice pass. Finneytown executes beautifully and gets rewarded with 2 points. Braves up 32-17.
And that's what they really need to do to win. They need to get Benton involved, and they've been doing so very well so far.
William Bennett up and under, and he's fouled.
Out the bucket by William Bennett.
Well, William Bennett quietly now with 8 points, leading scorer in the game.
That was on Alex Dykes, his first.
Boy, has this kid really developed. You know, as a freshman, they let him start a little bit, and he showed some signs of emerging. Last year, he played very well as a sophomore, and this year, what a leader. And helps on every aspect of the game. There's a steal. Jack Huell gives it up to Cam Miller. Rocco DeSanto. Nice pass. Cam Miller back to Huell. Inside to Jimmy Liebel. 4 for 4.
James Liebel.
He's just having a great night off the glass. Not afraid to shoot. Oh.
Wide open Benton.
3-pointer. Adrian Bennett.
James Liebel, 5 for 5.
Double digits for number 0.
Yeah, over and over. He's just attacking the paint.
Nice ball movement. Wide open jumper, but it's no good. Brandon Wise.
And Cam Miller, the tallest player on the court, with a rebound there.
I mentioned Brandon Wise came into the game 1 for 8 from threes. Now he's 1 for 10. That's not something that he does well. He does a lot of other things very well, but shooting threes is not one. Here's one of them. Beautiful dribble drive, but no luck. William Bennett, good defense. James Liebel with the rebound. Jack Huell. And Cam Miller, he's off. And Jack Huell with a gift. Merry Christmas, Jack.
Well, every coach will tell you, you never save it underneath your defensive basket, and that is why.
3 Braves are right there, all eager to put it up.
And the Braves with wholesale substitutions getting ready to come in. 5 for 5.
Yeah, going with the hockey-style line change here, and we're going to see Simon get in for the first time here today.
Yeah, Simon Gall, Beckett Hyman, Ashton Graham coming back, James McGrath, and Mikhail Bonanomy. So that'll be in for the 5 for the Braves, up 21 points. Didn't expect it to be quite this big a spread this early, but Need some help on this press, guys.
Yeah, we were talking about in the first quarter, I mean, barely any offense, and now it started to pick up the threes, the free throws, the drives.
Now, the only thing offensive in the first 4 minutes of the game was Coach Hill's breath. And the Braves have regrouped and done a great job now. Oh, McGrath gives it up to Benanami.
It's been open all night, and they've just capitalized every time.
Well, we talked about it early, how aggressive Finneytown is, and what's happening is they're leaving the back door open. Yep. We've got guys on the block all night long.
Well, Benanami with a great defensive play
Again.
gets another shot. Benanami, we don't have it right on the scoreboard, but he may have 10 points already. And he's going to get
another steal.
Let's see, we go. Oh, he misses. Oh, two Braves fighting each other. Beckett-Hyman, oh, I thought he had it. Benton. Sloppy. Braves had an opportunity there. Simon Gall, James McGrath, and the Braves might just try to hold for one. Coach Hill has all 4 of his timeouts left. Or he does have 4 left. He did use one already, so. Go attack, 10 seconds, 8. And they're gonna call a foul. And that'll be, oh no.
5 seconds on Ashton. They're not running the Euro play as Coach O was screaming for it. And then unfortunately, Ashton got caught with a defender too close to him for too long.
No fouls to give. Here comes Benton. James McGrath with a long one, and the Braves with a very great, a tremendous last 12 minutes of this half. From a 4-4 game, the Braves outscore them 41-18. Hell of a pace. And
so many contributions from the bench. That's probably going to be something that Coach Hill goes home tonight, looks back on, and his frustrations about his stars not producing early is going to be remediated by the fact that his bench gave him so much.
Yeah, and the biggest takeaway, I think, for me, for this 23-point lead for the Braves is they've just had the open glass. They've been able to make the twos that they've been given. I mean, we just talked about that gift that you were talking about. I mean, too many turnovers from Finneytown.
Yep. And the Brave size has been great, too. The Benanami, he's only 6'1" or 6'2", but he uses his body beautifully for positioning. William Bennett, James Liebel. It's been like a layup drill for those kids, and the Braves rewarded with a 23-point lead as they head into halftime, and a happy Saturday night.
Yeah, no question about it. When they had all 3 bigs on the court, Finneytown didn't know who to guard. And what ended up happening is they left one open, if not 2 open, and they're able to pound the glass, put in the easy ones. I think it's a nice change of pace. It's great that DeSantos can drain threes all day long. It's great that Bennett's a great outside shooter. But for the Braves to be able to win the battle in the paint, that's going to help them as they work their way down through this season.
Well, for Eric and Micah and myself, we're going to take a break here at halftime. Please come back in 8.5 minutes to join us for second half action.
513-677-0550. Choose the Weiler way today. Tired of the traditional online car shopping experience? When you visit our Weiler websites and have a question, we have dealership professionals who will chat with you live. Rooted in family, driven by you.
The Indian Hill Athletic Hall of Fame welcomes 3 new members for the class of 2025. Christy Freeze played 3 sports at Indian Hill, captained the Ohio State University field hockey team, and coached for 30 years at Central Michigan. Brandon Miller received All-Ohio honors in soccer and basketball, was the CHL Player of the Year, and played in 60 games for the Cincinnati Bearcats. Colin Shaw received All-Ohio honors in basketball, All-Region honors in football, is the all-time leading scorer and wins leader at Indian Hill, and went to 2 Final Fours at Swarthmore College. Make plans to join us on January 17th at halftime to welcome these new Indian Hill Hall of Famers.
All right, team. We got a long day ahead of us, but this is what we do. It's time to go to work. Yeah, let's get it. We work, we get stuff done. That's right. No matter what the problem, we just roll up our sleeves. Not afraid of the project, not afraid of the time. Okay. Say it, I build America, we always on time. Let's get it. We work, we get stuff done. No matter what the problem, we just roll up our sleeves. That's right. Not afraid of the project, not afraid of the time. We say it, I build America, we always on time. Let's do it. Do you know the mission? Do you know the story? We've been at it for a minute, so we're not here for the glory. We aggregate, crush rock, 24/7, non-stop. Hot products, high in calcium, low in that magnesium. We'll mix it up, then bag it. Y'all know what I'm saying.
Looking for a new home? You'll love SipsyKlein.com. For the latest new listings, price changes, and open houses, make it part of your everyday routine.
When a new listing is posted, I want to be among the first to find it. My secret weapon? SipsyKlein.com. I start each day with a cup of coffee, the latest new listings, price changes, and all the home buying tools I need.
That's just the beginning of what you'll find at SipsyKlein.com.
Choose the Weiler way today. We value your time and convenience. Visit Weiler.com and shop over 7,000 cars. See estimated monthly payments. Value your trade and get pre-approved. Rooted in family. Driven by you.
Dude, zoom into the guy shooting, please. All right, I'm going to switch to camera 2. All right, camera 2, you're live. Camera 1, can you zoom back out to include the shot, please? Thank you. All right, and then I need you to get the graphics up, please, for free throw. I think it's, what is it, number 12? All right, graphics are going in. All right, switching to 1. Good shot there, 1. We're gonna go back to 2. I'm gonna take the graphics out. Can we get the score bug back on, please? All right, bring those back in. All right, 1 back up. All right, 2. I need you to be close on this one. All right, I need you to follow the point guard as he brings up the ball. All right? All right, going back to 2. 1, I want you now to go down to the other end of the court. Just don't let do a wide shot. We're going to switch to you once into the middle of the court. All right, switching to 1. All right, good shot there, 2. Now 2, just stay close, all right? We want you to be close. We want you just to be like a close camera. All right? All right, good shot there, 1. That's good. Oh, and also, camera 2, I want you to try to keep the ball in the frame as much as you can. All right, that's not a bad shot. All right, 2, I want you to zoom in on the guy throwing the ball in, please. All right, not too much. Zoom a little bit back out, all right? Perfect. Announcers, I have a replay of that if you want. All right, we're going to roll a replay. Let's get DVR 1 up there, all right?
Right. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to second half action here at Indian Hill Gymnasium. The Indian Hill Braves and the Finneytown Wildcats. Braves up 45-22 here at half. And really playing a really unselfish brand of basketball and hitting a lot of their shots. Only guy in foul trouble for the Braves, if you want to call it that, is James McGrath with 2 fouls. Nobody else with more than 1. And here we go.
I don't think we call that foul trouble. I think we call that doing his job.
Yeah. James Liebel, Mr. 6 for 6 now.
Speaking of doing a job.
Let's hopefully he hits that way on the baseball field.
Yeah, picking up right where he left off.
That was Rashad Johnson with the miss.
Oh.
And nice Euro step there, Ashton Graham.
Hey, you got Finneytown jumping and just had a wide open lane to the layup for a layup.
Brandon Wise, and he's fouled by Bennett. And William now with his second foul.
William Bennett charged with the foul. It's his second.
Mentioned Jimmy Liebel, 6 for 6 from the field with 12 points.
Wise at the line. Shoot 2.
Pretty nice line so far. Brandon Wise, the big scorer, averaging 12.4 per game for Finneytown. And Brandon Wise just picked up his 5th point on that free throw. And we mentioned very nice all-around player is Wise, and he makes them both. Graham tries to get it inside there to William Bennett, but not quite tight enough. There's Wise, and he goes. And there's a full court press being employed now. Coach Robinson trying to get his guys up and tight on the Braves and force some action, but Ashton Graham, Rocco DeSanto, Jimmy Liebel, and he's fouled by Wise. That'll be Wise's second foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a mismatch they're looking to take advantage of. Not only does Jimmy have height and weight on him, but they're both fighters, so he's going to get him to push back, and you don't want to push back on Jimmy.
Rocco DeSanto with a 2.
Only his second bucket.
Yeah. Rocco doesn't shoot a whole lot of 2s.
No, that's what I'm saying. Inside the arc, I think that's only the second one he's had today.
Liebel, great defense and a rebound. Ashton Graham and Cam Miller inside to Jimmy Liebel. And it's in. 7 for 7.
Hey, when you're hot, you get that bounce.
Come on. And Dykes is fouled by Cam Miller. So the only senior for the Braves, Cam Miller, picks up his first foul, and
Alex Dykes back in
the Braves have more than doubled the score now on Finneytown.
Youngblood.
Benton, Dykes. It's Jamari Youngblood, number 10. Really good rebounder for Finneytown, but hasn't had a lot of opportunity. They cut Wise off, and it's knocked around, and DeSanto comes up with it. Get out of the corner. Jimmy Liebel. Ashton Graham, William Bennett. William Bennett drives on Dykes, and it's in.
William Bennett.
We're not seeing the off-ball movement from Finneytown we saw in the first half. A lot more flat-footed.
They're going to call a foul on the Braves. Well, again, Eric, I think I don't believe Brandon Wise, number 5, or Adrian Benton, number 12, have come out of the game yet. And there's been a lot of running up and down, and I'm tired watching them. They've got to be a little exhausted, too, and we'll see how this nice pass. Dykes with a nice pass. Jimmy Liebel with the rebound. Cam Miller. DeSanto, holy moly. Wow. Well, he hit that one from the left refreshment stand.
Yeah, that's the DeSanto you come to know and love this season.
Yeah, a 50% three-point shooter. It's crazy.
William Bennett with a block. Cam Miller. Oh. Loses the ball, but nice try there by Cam. Again, he's just getting into shape. He's been saddled here for most of the season and just really got to play down in Florida where the Braves were down there, and then last night against LaSalle a little bit. Jimmy Liebel comes out as well. Beckett Hyman, number 3, coming in for the Braves. And Mikhail Bonanami, number 23. There's Wise. And William Bennett, I thought he blocked it. He does. Bonanami with the ball.
I think Bennett's had 3 blocks in the last 2 possessions.
And another nice layup, nice pass, and William Bennett up to 13 points already. There's Wise. Bennett with another block. It's a block party. Hyman. Bonanami. He's fouled a couple times, and they're going to call it on 10 or 1. They have a choice. They call it on number 1. We don't even have him on the roster, do we?
He will shoot 2.
DeMarco Bryant. Okay, yeah, you're right. Senior. Hadn't played much tonight. He's their 4th leading scorer. And Finneytown taking him out. They're taking out Benton. And they're leaving Brandon Wise in with 4 non-starters. Probably hoping that Coach Hill might do the same thing, but Braves non-starter are pretty good. Bonanami, good defense there. Bonanami with a block. And there's a hoop there by Brandon Wise.
Brandon Wise.
Get out of the corner. Oh, they didn't trap. James McGrath with a floater, and it's in.
James McGrath.
No, they're going to call
no,
the charge.
oh my.
No basket.
They don't give James any love there. It's a nice play. It looked like it had already, certainly it had, the ball was almost in through the net before the contact was made, but James doesn't get the benefit there. That's his 3rd foul.
A nice swat there from Huell. Going to give Beckett an opportunity.
Oh, and they're going to call a charge on Beckett Hyman.
That was great hustle there, and to see back-to-back charges called like that, you don't see that often.
Again, the only starter in there for Finneytown now is Brandon Wise, their leading scorer. Wise has 10 points already. Oh! Jack Harleman.
Well, and Rocco represents Santos, the only starter for the Braves currently on the court, so both teams going to the depth.
And Harlemont with the ball, nice pass. Alex Dykes, and they're going to call travel on one of those moves. Ashton Graham coming in. And we've got a 30-point lead here in the second half, which means a running clock.
Well, this should give Coach Hill an opportunity to reach deeper down his bench and give some guys some minutes. We already saw Simon Gall get on the court. And there's a half dozen other guys down there that'd like to see their time here in a minute, too. There's
some kid named Batchelor that I think a couple of us are rooting for.
Oh, maybe you, not me. I have to go home with him.
Mikhail Bonanami, 13 points off the bench.
just behind Liebel. I mean, he's just done everything so far today.
Yep.
He's attacked the glass,
Well,
scored, defense, rebounds.
Dykes with a miss. Oh, are they gonna call? Oh, I thought they were gonna call another foul on McGrath, but they won't. And the time keeps going on. 45 seconds left here in the third quarter with the Braves up 32. And with any luck, this might be Finneytown's last possession of the quarter. Benonimi with a nice job. And Mikkel, number 23 for the Braves, transferred in from Walnut Hills at the start of the school year. And has been a welcome addition to this basketball team. Nice pass.
And to the football team in the fall.
What?
I think we've got a timeout here from Finneytown before the turnover.
Don't you have to have possession to call timeout?
Well, I thought you did, but the ref's saying he had it.
Yeah. All right. So they're bringing Brandon Wise back in with 6.9 seconds left, down 32, setting up a play. And so hopefully, with the way this is going, the fourth quarter, we're going to get to see some guys that we don't get to call about a lot of. Simon Gall works his tail off on this team. Joe Batchelor, a bunch of those guys there. Hopefully we'll get some action here in the fourth quarter.
Well, Jaden Graham, Ashton's little brother, freshman, had a good game in the JV game, racking up 17 points and was a key to their comeback victory. So hopefully he'll get a little reward here and get a little bit of...
Nice drive, nice move. Alex Dykes at the buzzer.
Sorry, wanted to let that basket go first. Hopefully he'll get a little reward here and get a little bit of varsity time as a thank you for all the work he put in the first two games tonight.
Well, the Braves up against 30 points, 63-33 here as we end the third quarter, and with a bevy of players here making contributions. Really a tremendous team effort. DeSanto hitting his shots, William Bennett playing great, Benonimi doing a great job, Liebel doing a great job. I mean, they got, I think there's 4 guys in double figures here at the end of the third quarter for the Braves. Do want to pass on our best wishes to Drew Rader. Drew had a season-ending surgery that had been planned and is not dressing and with the basketball team now. Did a tremendous job for the Braves in December, and obviously a great football player, really helping the football Braves, and wishing Drew a speedy recovery.
Yeah, he injured that shoulder playing football, gave it everything he had to play one arm to start the season, and wisely shut it down, get healthy, and be ready for the next season.
There's Alex Dykes looking for his open man. That's DeMarco Bryant. Bryant with his first 2 points of the game. Ashton Graham into Jack Yule, gets it swiped away. Brandon Wise, nice move. Jack Yule, McGrath into Benonimi. 3 for $1. Jack Yule.
Jackie Boy finishing it for him.
Right place at the right time again.
Well, McGill just wanted to get those rebounds so he can get that double-double.
And that's what the Braves have been doing all night.
Alex Dykes.
All right. Ashton Graham, beautiful. Jack Yule.
Jack Yule.
Jack Yule with 11 points for the Braves. DeMarco Bryant.
DeMarco Bryant.
Looks like another JV player, Jack Nolan, is going to get his chance to check in here for varsity minutes.
Benonimi. Oh, he gets it knocked away. Well, it's shoot.
We've got an
DeMarco Bryant lying on the floor, and looks like he got hit in the midsection there.
So for those of you who watched JV tonight, number 3 was Jack Nolan. He's 24 here, checking in for the varsity team, and you got Griffin Adams also coming in. He's number 20 both ways. Get a little bit of time here on varsity.
And Jack Ewell with, I believe, the 5th Brave tonight in double figures.
Well, I've got a lot of personal bias for Jack Ewell. I've watched that kid get taller, get more athletic, and really work hard on his basketball game. It's great to see him rewarded with success.
And Adrian Benton. They've taken Brandon Wise out, but Adrian Benton's still in the game to help run the offense here for Finneytown. Puts up a shot, and Beckett Hyman with the rebound. Jack Nolan. Hyman. It's stolen. Alex Dykes holds it up. And they're going to call travel. Braves up 28, so the clock is not continuously running. Need another basket to keep this thing going, because some of us like to watch the second half of the Bengals game.
Maybe the last two-day of the year.
McGrath to Hyman. Nice pass to Jack Ewell. Griffin Adams. McGrath. James McGrath.
McGrath gets to Ewell at the top. He's driving. Low block, backdoor to Griffin. Loose ball, and Finneytown will fall on it.
Harlemert to Dykes. Harleman. Jack Harleman. That's his second 3. Came.
Get a body foul here on Finneytown.
Nice box out there by Griffin Adams. Harleman came into the game 2 for 4 from threes. That's his second tonight. And Rocco DeSanto coming back in for the Braves.
Along with Jaden Graham.
And Jaden, yep.
Pretty small lineup right now.
Yeah, this is a 5-guard lineup here.
Yeah. Graham, Hyman, Nolan, DeSanto. Nice pass. Oh, Jack Ewell. A little too far under the basket.
Yeah, that one just rimmed out on him. Just didn't quite elevate enough.
Nice. Oh, nice pass.
Jack Ewell away for the foul. That's his first.
It looks like Finneytown's going to follow suit. We've got a 3-man exchange coming.
Yeah. And the lead down to 25, so we're going to be stop and go here.
Which will give Brady Heekman a chance to get in here and get some minutes. Checking in for Jack Ewell.
Brady Heekin reporting in for duty. Jack Ewell goes out. Career high night for him.
Brady brings an added twist here for the Braves as he's left-handed.
Oh. Well, there goes DeMarco Bryant with his 6-point. Jack Nolan and gets in the corner. He gets in trouble, and the timeout for Coach Hill. Just in time to save the possession.
Braves, 30 seconds. Start of the second quarter. Bengals 10, Steelers nothing.
Who day?
Oh. So Coach Hill saves the potential turnover there and give the Braves the ball with 25 seconds. Here's a wrap on what's going on. Braves with 14 assists with just 4 for Finneytown, and just shows how well the Braves have been passing. That's just at halftime.
Yeah. And that's a truly telling statistic. Usually you look straight to turnovers for a differential like we've seen today. It's not the turnovers, it's the passing.
Yep.
Yeah, the 50% three-point percentage for both teams is also explains the 67-44 game. Finneytown knocking down a bunch, and then DeSanto responding with a bunch as well.
Well, the 5 Braves on the floor right now have a combined 3 points. Hey, we got a Joe Batchelor sighting.
Yeah, 3-2, his favorite count in baseball, coming up to play a little basketball.
Jaden Graham.
Adding on to what has already been a spectacular night for number 10.
Well, missed shot. Joe Batchelor coming over, and they're going to call travel.
They did a nice job fighting in there for the rebound, and Finneytown tried to pull it away and instead walked off with it, giving the ball back to the Indian Hill Braves.
3:17 remaining. Here comes the double. Help. Jaden Graham. Joe Batchelor, his first career varsity points.
And it comes from the point guard he's probably most familiar playing with. He and Jaden Graham played some summer ball together this year out at the rec center.
Batchelor with a rebound.
Simon Dahl going to get back in there for us.
All right. Bradley Bryant, goes in and gets fouled there by.
I think they're going to give that one to Jack Nolan, but we'll see. There was Joe in there to get the foul. Jack Nolan was in there to foul. Brady Heekin was in there to foul.
And they gave it to Brady Heekin.
And they gave it to Brady.
Yeah.
Plenty of Braves hands on the player.
Yeah.
Shoot to Brady Heekin charged the foul. That's his first.
Bryant misses his first. A 43.8% free throw shooter on the year.
When I hear numbers like that, all I think is go ahead and foul.
Yeah. Well, he's taken
misses them both.
He's taken the second most free throws on the team. And Griffin Adams, is he coming out? Is he coming in? Nope. He's being sent back to the bench, so I'm not sure what coach was thinking there, but
I think this is the classic, you're going in at 2 minutes, and the player's a little more excited, wants to get out there right now. Can't blame him for it.
DeMarco Bryant now up to 8 points, number 1 for Finneytown with 8. Jaden Graham, nice pass. Jack Nolan missed. Batchelor, and it's ripped away and jump ball.
Well, you saw Simon Gall get in there and get his nose dirty again. Scrappy player. One of those guys who's just there to do the blue-collar work.
Braves ball. Simon Gall to inbound it. Tries him to Batchelor, and it goes out of bounds, and it'll be Finneytown ball. Marco Bryant. And we're going to have an interview with one of the assistant coaches after the game. I believe Brian Shaw will be our interview.
Well, Simon Gall getting the foul there, getting a little too handsy. We're going to see Griffin Adam get back in here now. We've got the refs here at the table doing a little powwow here with the scorekeepers. I'm not sure what the concern is, but Griffin Adam will check in. Joe Batchelor will jump back out. He'll get his handshakes down the line as he gets some water. And the Braves will get back at it.
Yeah, almost an entirely JV lineup here for the Braves. Small except for Griffin.
Yeah, Griffin, your only true big here, although Brady has historically been a big. Plays more of a hybrid now, but you can see him get in there at the 3, 4, or 5 position for Coach Hill's team.
Simon Gold charge of the Valley is second.
Yeah, Finneytown playing without their best player, Adrian Benton, too, so.
You see Finneytown inbound here from underneath the basket. They're just trying to get anything going.
Right.
Kind of, and Brady Egan with a steal on the inbound.
And that just happened all game. Way too much for Finneytown standards, but great for the Braves.
Swinging around the perimeter here, looking for an opportunity. Jack Nolan's your shooter with this lineup. Keeping the ball moving. Simon Gall will get
really
down the corner.
Unselfish. Passing, try and find the right shot. They'll get it soon.
Gall trapped on the corner there, gets it out to Graham at the top. Oh, I'm sorry, Griffin at the top. So used to that being a Graham up there. Eakin with a long 3, doesn't get it to go, gets his own rebound. Kicks it back out to Gall. Gall working it into the paint. Throws one up, looking for the foul, doesn't get it, but Finneytown's on the line for the rebound, so it's gonna stay with Indian Hill.
Defending pretty well too is Finneytown. Not letting the Braves get into the paint, unlike what they've been doing so far this whole game.
Well, without a true big, because even with Griffin Adams, you're not looking at a guy who brings Liebel's strength or Bennett's experience. Heck of a baseball player, though, so we root for the baseball players.
Yeah.
But you're going to see Simon Gall inbounding here. Gets to Nolan in the corner, looking for a pick opportunity. He'll dribble off it. Jacks one up long, rebound Weiss. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not Weiss. Got myself confused here for Finneytown, but they're bringing it up. So that's something you don't see every day. Finneytown boxing out Finneytown, fighting for the ball, and drawing a travel on Finneytown. That's a tough day at the office.
Oh, absolutely. 3 bigs on the floor for them now, but Gall will take it up. Gives out to Nolan. Stripped away. DeMarco Bryant. Back to Adams. To Gall. He'll drive into Finneytown. Can't find the shot. Deflected. He had Brady Heekin down low, but Finneytown will take it up. Stolen by Jaden Graham.
Graham high-pointing it, doing his best corner
impression. Just a couple seconds left.
Gets stripped from behind. Finneytown will end it with a bucket.
Yep, and that should close it out.
71-48. I don't think that one had an impact.
Indian Hill 71, Finneytown 48.
So excellent showing after the first 8 minutes.
Absolutely.
8 minutes were slow, but the Braves really came to play, and it was the bench that got the ball rolling for Coach Hill's Braves. And then you saw DeSantos, you saw William Bennett, you saw the starters really come in, and of course, this was the best game that we've seen from Big Jim Liebel in his Indian Hill career.
Yeah, he was huge. Perfect from the field, 6 for 6, just constantly getting boards, moving the offense up, and he was a huge part of the 71-48 victory.
Well, he set the tone. Not only was he scoring points, but he was physical in the paint. He was making people uncomfortable, getting rebounds, and we saw him even switch roles. Instead of being the low man, he came out to the elbow, worked the high-low, and got the easy bucket for a teammate down low. That's normally him on the receiving end. So what we saw from Jim Liebel, and absolutely my favorite player of the game today, because he brought another dynamic to his game.
All right, let's send it down to Tony Harris.
All right, I've got the real star of the game tonight. Brian Shaw did the scouting report on this. Brian, how did it look?
Well, I think Finneytown's a lot better than what we saw tonight. I'm really happy for our guys. Last night was tough over at LaSalle. Physical game. It's kind of weird playing a non-league game on a Friday night, coming back league game on a Saturday. But we've had Wednesdays, Saturdays, kind of weird stuff this year. But no, I think the guys played with better energy as we got in deeper into the first quarter. A little concerned about the start, but overall, really happy to see guys get in and play a lot of minutes.
You had 5 different players hit double figures tonight by the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, really good segment there, Toe. If you remember, we passed the ball really well. Guys weren't selfish. They weren't looking for stats. It was a really good night in that regard, and we need it because it's a heck of a week coming up.
Yeah, there's a game Tuesday night against a team from across town that hopefully we play as well, right?
Yeah, they're really good, and they're really good all the time. I mean, you know, tonight we're not sure what we saw here. That's not Finneytown. They're a lot better than what we saw tonight. Wyoming's going to be good every single time you play them. So, Wyoming Cowboys in here, and you know, let's hope the guys come out and share the ball and play with energy and see what happens.
Now, Mikel Benanami has really done very, very nicely when he's been given the opportunity. When does the harness come off?
Well, you know, he can help us in so many ways, and right now it's just a matter of Mikel buying into what we do. There's so much that you don't see in practice and during games, and you think, boy, a guy has a good segment from a stat standpoint, but what happened defensively, assignments, things of that nature. He's a great kid, and he's a terrific ball player, and he could be really, really good in this league. I mean, he's got a frame that really works in the CHL, so we're hopeful that, you know, he starts to do the things he's asked to do because he can certainly help us. You saw it tonight. He had a really good game tonight. I'm not sure stats-wise what it looked like, but he had a really good game as far as being cohesive with his teammates and his coaching staff.
And you got, like, Jack Ewell came in and just seemed to be in the right place at the right time every time the ball was active.
Yeah, Jack had a good night last night at LaSalle. Of course, that's his dad's school, and we were really happy to see that. But Jack cuts better than anybody on this team. I mean, he really cuts hard to the ball and puts himself in a really good situation, and he's converted on a lot of it. So really happy for Jack. He's a really hard worker, a really good player. I think you're going to see a lot of growth from Jack.
Well, we had a lot of great contributions from a lot of really good kids tonight. Hopefully that'll bleed into Tuesday night as well. And then, of course, in about 2 weeks or so, we have a big Hall of Fame ceremony that you know, you're in charge of that committee. And somebody that's near and dear to you and I going to be inducted into the Indian Hill Hall of Fame here on the 17th.
Yeah, as much as I organize, thank goodness I don't vote. But yeah, we're going to have 3 great candidates. Christy Freeze, class of 76, really helped with Cindy Crilly get women's athletics going here at Indian Hill. I mean, really took it to another level. Went up to Ohio State, was a captain of field hockey, and then coached for over 30 years at the Division I level in field hockey. They actually named the field at Central Michigan Christy Freeze Field. So terrific. And then Brandon Miller, Indian Hill fans know him from being on the bench for 13 years with Tim Birch. If there's a better guy, a better young man, a better representation for Indian Hill athletics than Brandon Miller, I'd like to meet him. He's terrific. Maybe read Eichholz, Dawson Eichholz. I know you're fond. I am too, but just a terrific guy, very deserving. Went to University of Cincinnati. Actually played in 60 games for the University of Cincinnati Bearcats. And then some guy that used to live in my house that is my favorite all-time player. He's kind of my Oscar Robertson, if you will. Did it all, big-size guard, Colin Shaw, who had a great run here, football, basketball, and then went to Swarthmore College, played in a couple of Final Fours, and just so excited to have him back in town as much as anything. But it's going to be a special night.
That's great. Yeah, and the only thing that a lot of people here at Indian Hill resent you and Boo for is that you didn't have another son.
Yeah, you know, it would have been nice, wouldn't it? Would have evened things up around here. No, it was, if I'm going to have one, I'm glad that's the one. Yeah.
Well, of course, you have a wonderful daughter, too. But
I do, absolutely. Took her back up to Ohio State today, so heavy heart. Both kids back out of the house, and it's great to be with my wife, but we miss the kids.
Well, congratulations on another W, and hopefully we'll be down here Tuesday night celebrating another one.
Toe, that sounds good. And this wasn't exactly Andy McWilliams and Pete Gillen, but it was close. It was close.
All right, back to Eric and Micah.
Well, we appreciate Coach Shaw giving us a very long and detailed interview. That's the kind of inside information you get here at AIHTN. But a great night of basketball. Great being here with you. You know, we had a great time earlier today doing the varsity girls game, getting to get in here with the boys. Heck of a day for Indian Hill Sports.
Yeah, and we want to thank Mr. Overberg and Mr. Dupps for helping us make this production.
Well, let's not forget, you know, we have the entire production team here, our camera guys. You know, you got Dupps, the executive producer, Overberg, producer. George Zarin getting in here for director today. He also was our technical director. Dupps gave us our graphics. Overberg handling replay duties. Max Rosing and Lucas Batchelor working their second game of the day as the cameraman. Got to appreciate that crew doing all that hard work. I'm Eric Batchelor.
Micah Solishatz.
And we really appreciate you being with us here today at IHTN.
Exclusive coverage of tonight's game on the Indian